Hi everyone and welcome to Inside Scoop. On today's show we have with us expert mixologist Hemant Pathak. He will be talking about his journey as a mixologist, how he came to the US, and will also be talking about what exactly mixology is. And at the very end he will also show us how to make a few cocktails and a mocktail as well. First he's going to be talking about his background and how he became a mixologist and how he came to the US.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Hemant Pathak and today I am here at Soul Bar and Grills. I have a cocktail menu for 4 cocktails and which I'm going to demonstrate tonight right here in front of you. Well, I come from a very small village somewhere in the foothill of Himalayas. I did my basic studies there only. Then I went to my state to do my bachelor degree in hospitality. After I finished that, I came to Delhi, worked for Taj Group Hotels. I've been lucky. I started from Indian restaurant as a steward. I was so much into beverages because since my college days, I had one thing in my mind: food can be different from cuisine to cuisine, but Johnny Walker Black Label going to be same for all the cuisines. So I thought, why don't I stick with the beverage part of industry, and I can do much better. The part of the world I come from, that is a border area for China and Nepal, which is a real India. So, my father is principal. I never had this kind of exposure in my childhood. But yes, coming to New Delhi, that was different world for me. That point, working for Taj been wonderful, and 2 years I've been lucky. Was a number 1 in India as a bartender. In 2012, I came to Puerto Rico for a world-class global mixology championship, and that was my entry in this country, and here I am today.
Let's find out a little about how he came to the US and specifically to New York.
That's bartending. Mixology gave me a chance to come to United States. Back in Taj, I used to meet hundreds of guests every night, and so many of them used to appreciate my skill and cheering my work behind the bar. But one guest who used to come every year from New York, and every year he used to say the same thing: Hemant, New York is the city for you. And that really motivated me, that inspired me. And when I was in Puerto Rico, I thought, let's make it to New York. And I just want to see like what New York has for me and what New York offers me. And
I've always been curious about the difference between mixology and bartending. Let's get Hemant to clarify that for us.
You know what? If I talk about this particular subject, we can talk hours and hours. But to make it easy, I can say a basic difference between bartenders and mixologists is pretty much like a difference between cook and chef. A well-trained bartender is pretty much like a well-trained chef, who look for inspiration, who look for ideas, who look for flavor comp before jumping to do a new dish or new cocktail. Drinks has history of over 200 years, so you need to look at inspiration, you look at the technique, you always look at the category of cocktail you are going to build. So much research before you do anything.
We also asked Hemant whether he faced any hurdles or challenges while making his mark as a mixologist.
You are asking this question, who made his way all the way to United States with mixology, and I work for a company called Junoon, which is one of the best Indian restaurants across the globe, and there we focus a lot on every aspect of hospitality, no matter it's a mixology, it's a wine, of course, food. And I would never say there is any stigma or hurdles being desi, because you gotta do what is your passion drive you, do what you love and love what you do. That's it. So and mixology is such a great art, and there is no category for that.
We also asked him whether he's inspired by other mixologists and what a day in his life is really like.
I take them as an inspiration. I take them as a guru, as a teacher. So I learn every day if I meet somebody like a great mixologist. So that's my daily basis learnings. My day-to-day life change every day. That depends on what kind of task, what kind of opportunity, what kind of inspiration I get for any particular day. Yeah, after finish my daily routine, I do my prayers and 30 minutes meditation. That keep me awake whole day. That's mandatory. Then I do what is assigned to me as a mixologist in Junoon, and I always try to offer a glass of experience to my guest, and whatever I have to do to build that experience, I do whatever comes in that circle. So that's my daily life.
We also asked him about his responsibilities at the fine dining Indian restaurant Junoon in Manhattan.
I'm responsible for the entire mixology program.
We were also curious as to whether he had any specific alcohol that he liked preparing drinks with, anything that he favored more than the others.
I love whiskeys because a liquid which has been in the barrel for several years, that's a huge respect, and that is something extraordinary in terms of flavor, in terms of aroma. That's what I drink. But as a mixology point of view, I love gin. This is such a great category in beverages, which is very versatile, having so many herbs, teas, botanicals. So that's an opportunity to mix, to create something extraordinary out of that particular beverage.
He also gave us his thoughts on why gin is so versatile when it comes to preparing cocktails and what makes a drink a mixed drink.
Because every gin has a certain set of botanicals, spices, herbs, and being desi background, I'm gonna use that word, I'm so rich into tea and spices. That's the heritage of my country. So it's easy for me to pair anything with that particular category. A cocktail is full of life. The thought process which goes to make that particular cocktails, the freshness of ingredients, the artful presentation, that's full of life. So that's unique than anything else. That's a glass of experience for me, and that is something which can satisfy all your five senses, starting from your eyes to nose to palate, even your ear as well. Whatever the bullshit bartender talks, supposed to have some sort of knowledge, some sort of inspiration. That's the mixed drink for me. Passion, dedication, innovation, and hard work goes in every mixed drink.
He also shared his advice and thoughts on mixology.
To create a certain category for mixology, I'm not fully satisfied with that one, because mixology is an art, and you don't have any category, you don't have anything to say about artists. So my advice would be, do what your passion drives you, do what your mind and heart tells you, no matter what kind of profession is that. If you love drink, if you love cocktails, go for it. That's the way, that's the entire world is waiting for you. I come from Himalayas to New Delhi to New York, that's my journey.
And now for the fun part. Hemant is going to show us how to make a few cocktails, so make sure you're taking down notes.
So whatever I'm doing today, it has all the everything from some sort of essence from my childhood, from my native place, from my country. So we will start with the first cocktail. I call it Mumbai Margarita. It's for me is India meet Mexico. I picked tequila from Mexico, and I got that ripened mangoes from India, and as a backbone I made the rose petals, hibiscus tea, and green chili syrup. So that is something like a floral and the fruitiness with touch of spiciness in this drink. So we'll start with some mango pulps. I pureed this mango this afternoon. An ounce of fresh mango pulp. We'll do some fresh lime juice in there, and my homemade rose petal, hibiscus tea and green chili syrup. And we will do some reposado tequila. Since it's so fruity and spicy, I made a special salt to rim this glass. And salt has, it's a molten salt which is flavored with some fresh cilantro, green chili, and a little bit of garlic. When you taste this cocktail, you're not going to feel it has garlic the way a vinegar or Ajinomoto work in Chinese cuisine. The garlic going to play a wonderful role having in salt. Time to shake it. Smells wonderful. Always double strain. And we're going to garnish this cocktail with a wonderful dehydrated lime wheels just floating on top. Right here is the margarita from Mumbai called Mumbai Margarita here in New York. Cheers.
Wow, that looks delicious. I'm craving some of that. Why don't we watch him make another drink?
The second cocktails from my menu tonight, I'm doing my take on a classic American cocktail called Old Fashioned, where I replaced demerara or white sugar with my homemade masala syrup, which has 10 different kind of spices. Literally, it takes 4 hours to make a small batch of that masala syrup. Spices like cinnamon, cardamom, clove, star anise, bay leaf, nutmeg, white pepper, black pepper, fennel, and sumac. A little bit of rose petals to get that floral touch. So we will start this cocktail with masala syrup. And I will use Glenfiddich 14 year, which is finished in American bourbon cask. A little bit of that coconut and vanilla just come out of that barrel. Starting with half an ounce of my homemade masala syrup. Next goes here is 2 ounces of Glenfiddich 14 year. This syrup is very versatile. You can use any rye or bourbon. If you prefer more American whiskeys, it goes very versatile. It goes really good with those kind of whiskeys as well. To get the layer of freshness, I'm using some fresh orange peel and a very gentle stir. Around 25 to 30 revolutions make a perfect stir cocktail. To serve these cocktails, I have a very wonderful ice pears. And having a ice pairs, you can enjoy more drinks than ice. Right here is the cocktail Speyside Spice having Glenfiddich in it. Cheers.
Wow, that definitely looks delicious. I'm craving some of that. Let's watch him make another cocktail, which he calls Punjabi Passion.
All right, next one for tonight, I have a cocktail called Punjabi Passion. This is my take on a Brazilian national drink called Caipirinha. So what I'm doing here, I have half a lime in chunks. I'm using a flavored sugar, which is sugar flavored with cilantro, green chili and turmeric, which is quite healthy. Just a couple of bar spoon. Of this flavorful salt. A very gentle muddle, so I can get oil out of the peels and juice out of the pulps. Next one in this cocktail, I'm using just a quarter ounce of calamansi lime puree. Calamansi lime comes from the Asian part, widely used in Malaysia, to an extent Thailand, Vietnam. Even in India, we use a little bit in the southern part of India. Complement that one with some Amaro Nonino, Italian Amaro, a little bit of that candied peel and some nuttiness. Just balance the citrus part. And some wonderful aged rum. A gentle stir, allowing mix everything, sugar dissolve in the rest of the liquid. Fantastic. Top it up this cocktail with some pallet ice or crushed ice. Garnish with some fresh lime, and right here we have a sensational, sweet, spicy, citrusy Punjabi Passion. Cheers.
The next one's really interesting. He calls it the East India Gin and Tonic. Let's see what goes into it.
The next one from today's menu, which is going to be the last one, and I saved the best one for the last. I'm doing my cocktail of the year. That's how I believe. I did so many concoctions in 2015, 2016 so far. That is very close to my heart. And I call it East India Gin Tonic. Starting with 3 drops of Saint Germain, which is elderflower liqueur. 3 drops of Pawan, which is orange blossom Vandu wine. Just a bar spoon of lime juice. East India Gin Tonic has my homemade tonic, which I made to have 10 different kind of spices, herbs and teas. I just want to tell quickly about what all spices, herbs and botanicals I used in this tonic. I got, keeping quinine on top, I made my own flavor with lemongrass and calamansi. Then for the floral aspect, I picked bergamot and chrysanthemum. And for the spice side, I got ginger, cinnamon and crojan, which is a blend of 5 different peppers. And for the earthiness, I have Darjeeling tea, rose oolong tea and star anise. Just a half an ounce of my tonic syrup. We'll get some good measure of gin. And a very gentle stir. The next one, a very digestive pan leaf, which is bitternut leaf. A heart-shaped pan leaf is an indication of love. So there is a piece of love in this cocktail, which is going to be a wonderful garnish. At the same time, as it infuses, it adds more herbaceous, earthy flavor in this cocktail. To call it tonic, I'm gonna get some seltzer water, garnish this cocktail with a dehydrated orange and a dehydrated lime wheels. So right here is the East India gin tonic for you. Enjoy. Cheers.
And for all those people who don't drink alcohol out there, he also makes us a virgin mojito.
Alright, so I have a drink for you, those who you don't drink, and I'm gonna make a very simple drink. I'm pretty sure you know that drink. It's a mojito, and I'm gonna do a non-alcoholic mojito, flavoring with some calamansi, lime and some flavored sugar in there. So pretty simple, you can make it at home. We need just a few fresh mint leaves, and on top we're gonna get some fresh lime juice, and we will get 2 different kind of lime in here, fresh lime and calamansi lime. And what we will do, we will get some, instead of simple syrup or a plain white sugar, we're gonna get some turmeric, cilantro, green chili sugar in there. So that's gonna be the flavor profile of this cocktail, having the spice, the turmeric, freshness out of mint. That's the whole idea about this mocktail. Little bit, lightly bruise it. The next one, we're gonna get some crushed ice, pallet ice, and we're gonna churn it. So dissolving sugar with water and citrus, and getting some flavor out of mint leaves. and some soda. I'm good. It's refreshing. It's a well balance of sweet, spice. Actually, the yellow color comes out of fresh turmeric. Garnish that one with some dehydrated and fresh lime bhujia at the same time. Here we go, please. Cheers.
It was so much fun talking to Hemant about his journey, about mixology, and especially watching him make all those delicious drinks which he prepared at Soul Bar and Grill in Bayside, Queens. Thank you so much for joining us on Inside Scoop.